good spirit. Okay.
Good
And
morning.
now let me play the all hands intro. All right. So that was our all hands intro. So before we move on to the next section, I would like to introduce myself. If you don't know me yet, my name is Gray, and I'll be your all hands host today. Yeah. So beside me, there will be Lutfi as the moderator today. So yes, let's continue to our all hands. I will share the tab. I believe it's visible already. And then now I believe I will pass this to Mr. Jing, and Mr. Jing will share his own slide. So we will move on to the vision and mission inspiration by Mr. Jing
Right.
first.
No inspirational.
Yes. I believe Mr. Jing has left. So I will just move on for now for the mission inspiration. I believe this will be read by Furqan. Oh, is Mr. Jing here?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's back.
Yeah, I accidentally added double.
Yep. All right. No worries. I believe is Mr. Jing. Oh, Mr. Jing has left again. All right. If he doesn't join in like a few seconds, we will continue the all hands, yeah, and we will just continue for the mission. So I will share my. Oh, hello, sir.
Sorry, it happened again. I'm having some. Hey, if you have a choice, don't upgrade to Sonoma or Sequoia. It's not working out very well. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Sorry for the technical malfunctions just earlier. Let's bring us all up to speed. So, what happened to our inspirational speaker, guys? No inspirational speaker this week? Sad. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
No,
All
sir,
right.
but I believe we have some partners attending right now.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. All right. Hopefully
Yep.
the partners will enjoy attending our all hands here. Okay. Let's see. Well, thank you for joining, Yanto, Seni, and
Yes,
okay. All right. Selamat datang ke all hands kami di Bukit Vista. All right. Let's go ahead and begin. So I've got some. I actually realized I repeat what's being said later on in the all hands anyway, so I decided to simplify today. Okay. So normally there's we talk about the mission and vision to inspire delight through hospitality innovations and positively transform our guest partners and employees. So I've decided today to transform by simplifying. Okay. A lot of the weekly updates for revenue and hospitality score are announced anyways by Carla and Furqan. So I realize there's really no point in just saying it again, and sometimes there's a difference in the time frame. So I'll leave it to you guys. Okay, I trust you guys to report our hospitality and our revenue stats correctly. So congratulations. Yeah, delegated to a new person. Okay, nobody cares. Yeah, whatever. Come on, it's an honor, right? It's essentially I'm passing the baton over to other people who are qualified to do it now. So sometimes good things happen and nobody really realizes it. Hey, this goes on to another particular idea we talked about yesterday. So we talked about, hey, what's the jackpot moment, right? What's the moment for, let's say, a partner when when they should be really happy, okay? And we realized that, oh my goodness, a lot of partners have already reached that jackpot moment. They've already actually exceeded their contract values on the business plans that we offered, and nobody celebrates, nobody knows. Did anybody know we hit the revenue target? Yes. Okay. Good. Good. You're like, what? What happened? Is it the revenue target? Okay. All right. So no bonus caps, right? Or bonus boosts, most likely this month. Okay. Fantastic. Here. Here's just what's working. Okay. What's working is sales supervision and queue supervision and decisive empathetic hospitality policies. Okay. We already know what's working. It's field marketing boost and also creating a likable AI community management. Okay. All right. What? Why is that up? Oh, I'm just stupid. Okay. All right. Bounty. This is important. So the bounty has crossed over into the second wave now. So it's 150,000 for a contact for leads inputted after August 20th to 30th. Okay. So the bounty is still up if you are looking for an opportunity to enhance your wealth. And there is essentially the details are over here. Okay. We're looking for location-focused strategic positioning, good design and amenities, and high revenue potential, and getting the owner's contact. Okay. All right. Keep the focus. We already know what the company just focus on. Okay. So since there's no inspirational speaker today, I'll talk another story about my my history over at online. Okay. There's so many good stories. My wife will remember this story. Okay. So this story is actually here at Amawana. So once upon a time, my wife and I, we were young and very adventurous, right? We're a little bit less adventurous these days, right? After having kids. So we took a motorbike and we drove, we lived, I think, in here, right? We lived in right across from the Intercon Hotel. So we lived, oh, let's see if it's still there, babe, yeah? Let's see if the place we used to stay is still exists. So we were right here. I can't find the Intercon Hotel. I have partners here who can see that I'm geographically lost. Okay, I think we stayed right here. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Okay, it's probably one of these little small hotels. Oh, here it is. Puridewa Barata, 3-star hotel, 3.3. Right, babe? This is where we used to stay. Okay, so this was a small little hotel located right across from the Intercon. I used to say I lived next to the Intercon, but I lived in this crappy little hotel. But it was nice, right? It was clean. It was very cheap. I think it was like $800 a month, yeah, at the time. So this was my background, and I think I'd been just fired from my last job. I forgot. I was between jobs, right? Anyway, I never resign. I just wait until I get fired. Anyway, so I took a motorbike all the way out with my family, right? So it's me, Wayan, and our little daughter, Eka, who's in California right now. And we go all the way to Parangbat, right? Over here in East Bali. And we take our little motorbike and we go across the ferry and it brings us over to, I forgot, Lombok somewhere, right? And then we get off in Lombok and then we ride across Lombok on the small little Yamaha scooter. And then we get off in Lombok and then we go to Sumbawa, yeah? So we go over here. Wait, where is Sumbawa? Oh, okay. We go over here to Sumbawa, and we go and we travel again up this road. And why are we going here? We're going here because I heard there was a legendary hotel. It was the Amanwana, and apparently Princess Diana, the late Princess Diana, who used to be the Princess of, I don't know, England. She was a frequent visitor to this island, Pulau Moyo, because she enjoyed diving. So I thought, well, that'd be great, right? You know, fun place to check it out. So anyways, we get off here and we're like, all right, we asked the local people, how can we get to Pulau Moyo? And they say the only way to get there is essentially the Aman ferry. And we're like, how much does that cost? And it's 2 million each way. Like that's 4 million. I don't have that kind of money, right? Don't have that kind of money at all. I say, is there any other option? They say, yes, you can take a ship, a regular ferry boat. I was like, how much is that? 50,000. Okay, so we go on the ship and it's very, very slow and it's carrying wood and groceries and supplies. So it goes, it takes like 3 hours to essentially cross over, but eventually we get to Amanwana. Okay. So we get to Amanwana and it looks like this. It looks like this beautiful tropical campsite. It's a very interesting concept. Okay. So most luxury hotels are buildings, but this is a luxury campsite. I didn't quite understand what the big deal was until I went inside the water. It's amazing. It's like finding Nemo in the water. It's like every kind of fish available. Now, I started thinking, why don't you find this in Kuta or Nusa Dua? And I just realized because people take them out of the water and they sell them. So on this island, this is a preserved sanctuary. So this is Indonesia, the way that Indonesia would have been if nobody was taking out all the fish and selling them to, I don't know, aquariums or something. So it was absolutely incredible. It was like a million fish there. So my wife and I go snorkeling. We're like, this is amazing. We get off, we go to the restaurant, and we're like, okay, let's get something for lunch. It was quite expensive, but we got to use the facilities. And then the evening comes around. We're like, we should probably find a place to sleep, right? So we start looking for a place to sleep, and there's nothing really there except this place. I thought it would be like, Ubud or Nusa Dua, where the other Almans are. Maybe we'll find a local sort of, like a Lostman somewhere. Nope, nothing there. Okay, nothing at all. So the only thing that was available was this little village over here. Babe, do you remember the name of the village? Can't remember, yeah? I don't remember either. But Labuan Aji. Yes, Labuan Aji. So we had to then walk all the way here through the forest to Labuan Aji to find a house. Now, there was a nice family that took us in their house, and they let us stay there, and it was the worst night of my life, right? There was mosquitoes and heat, so it's hot, and there's mosquitoes, so you put on a blanket, and it's too hot, you take off the blanket, and mosquitoes eat you. There were mosquitoes coming under the floor, biting me. I don't even know how that worked. It was like...
Yeah, because it's a rumah panggung, and then we slept on the floor, like the wood not even, and our back hurt, and get mosquito bitten everywhere. And
it's pretty terrible.
Slept next to the, like, I don't know, 80-old-year nenek with the crab. Like,
yes,
remember that?
It was quite an experience. It was National Geographic. It was like going on adventure safari. So, anyways, it was just the worst night of sleep ever. I don't think either of us got any sleep, but Eka certainly didn't get any sleep either. She was like a small child at the time. So anyway, okay, after having spent one night there, we're like, that's enough, right? So we go see a waterfall. I think we go to see this Air Terjun right here. This was a cool waterfall. And then we have to find a way back, right? So we're like, how do we get back? And the next boat off the island doesn't leave until like 2 days. So now we're stuck here, right? We're stuck on the island. There's nothing available. And we're like, what do we do now? So for the sake of my family, I said, I don't want to stay again in Labuan Aji. And my wife was like, I don't want to stay in Labuan Aji either. Nice people, but that was just too rough, right? So we go back to Aman. And where's Aman again? So we go back to the Amanwana, right? Where's Amanwana? Hey, where'd it go? Okay. Lost it. Bizarre. Oh, here it is. Found it. So we go back to the Amanwana again. And we start swimming in the area. The area is free. You can swim, whatever. But then eventually I talked to one of the staff, right? He happened to be the fleet manager. I said, hey, I noticed you have a dock, right? Where the boats come in. My family tried to sleep on this village. It wasn't very comfortable. Do you mind if we just sleep on your dock on the Pelabuhan this night, right? Because I think on the dock, at least there's no mosquitoes. It's a little bit cooler. It's over the water. So they're like, okay, that's an interesting idea. You need to talk to Kevin. Kevin's the general manager there, right? He's like, okay. So he brings me to the restaurant, and I called Kevin, right? And Kevin picks up the phone and says, how can I help you? And I say, hey, look, I'm here on your island. I'm here with my family. We got a wife and a little baby. Are you a guest? I was like, nope, I'm certainly not a guest. What can I do for you? Well, we're asking you permission to sleep on your dock. Well, you want to sleep on my dock? Yeah, because, we tried to sleep in Labuan Aji the other night. It was pretty terrible. So can we sleep on your dock? I was like, okay, let me think about it. and I'll come back to me in like an hour, right? So my wife and I go snorkeling in this beautiful water. We put off thinking about this until later. And guess what was there when we came back? They put a mattress, white sheets, everything on the dock for us. We weren't even guests, right? We're just like stranded people. So I was shocked, right? I was like, wow, that's incredible. That's truly an act of hospitality. And they were like, yeah, you know, I think you're a family, you probably should be comfortable. So we put a mattress on the dock for you, right? And sheets and everything. I was like, wow, that's amazing. And then the next morning, actually, so we slept on the dock and it was a little bit more comfortable, but again, the mosquitoes kept on eating us again. So, you know, whatever, I can't complain. I mean, what can I complain about? Don't even deserve the mattress. But the next morning, the fleet manager comes up and he says, you want some breakfast? And I think what he wanted us to do was to leave the dock, right? Because they were about to receive new people. So he needed to move us off of the dock, right? Otherwise it would look ridiculous. But anyways, he said, yeah, let me invite you to breakfast. So he invited us to breakfast. And again, I was shocked. The second thing that shocked me was that everybody was eating beef rendang for breakfast. And it was made from like really high quality beef. It was not cheap beef rendang. It was like really proper. So I asked him, do you guys eat this every day? And he said, we eat exactly what the guests eat, but they cook it our way. Yeah. I was like, that's just ridiculous. Wow. That must be very expensive. Yeah. There's no difference, right? The only standard is this standard. I was like, okay. And then that was it. So the reason I'm telling you this story is this, okay? For me, I think that represents the pinnacle of what hospitality should be. That represents essentially the most elite, but also the strange thing is most people think Amman is expensive, it's exclusive, it's whatever. But I think at their very, very heart, they understand hospitality. They understand that essentially there's a kind, very graceful way to deal with all kinds of problems. And it might be a mattress, it might be an invitation to breakfast, it might be just a simple gesture to show that you're doing something for people. And what surprised me was the willingness at all different levels of the company for people to demonstrate hospitality, which is pretty inspirational, even to people who are not actually guests. So anyway, I think I've told the other story about the cookies, but these sort of stories are, I think, inspirational. And hopefully this can be a good sort of thing that you think about on your day-to-day when you deal with guests and partners as well, okay? Hospitality is not an easy trade. We have to actually have a lot of patience. We have to have a lot of tolerance. We have to kind of think about what is there. But when it's done well, it's magical. And I will never forget this moment that they created for me, okay? All right, cool, good story. Yeah, I generated this picture in ChatGPT. I didn't take a picture of the actual mattress on the dock. You know, that's not really possible. So hopefully you guys understand. Okay, all right, let's continue. So are we strategically correct? I think at this moment we are still on the pathway of beginning to make more sense. So August 24 is still on this thing. We're not strategically dumb anymore. We're not strategically lost anymore. But I think there's still quite a more amount of experience we need to get before we as a company become all strategically capable. All right. Next, senior leaders still need supervisory leadership from everyone, from managers and supervisors. If you're recently promoted, your work should be in supervision. Your work should be responsible for other people's work, okay? Supervision is essentially what actually translates strategy into actually action. If there's no good supervision, then it's just talk and not actually action. So we do need quality supervision. Developing also the new expectations is really, really vital. So if you're an upper manager right now, if you're recently promoted, please keep the expectations to the correct levels for your supervisors. And of course, improving the likability of our AI personas. Now, my commitment is still expecting everyone to do their job. And I'll train and develop better strategies in upper managers and leadership positions. And I want to make sure that everyone's given a fair chance to earn the semester bonus. Speaking of which, the core value of the month is to step on toes. So challenge, step on toes, ask questions, be impolite, but don't sacrifice politeness. This is the wrong way to put it, actually. Let me correct myself. Don't not say something because you're being too polite not to say it. I think that's very, I would say that causes a lot of strategic drift over time, All right, we might have had the right strategy, but nobody gives us feedback on it. And then over a month, over a few weeks, we start going further and further away. So do embrace the value stepping into those. All right, so semester goal number 5, revenue goal is 3 million, overall rating of 4.8, 5-star percentage 80%. And we are awarding 5x individual bonuses if the company achieves 3 million sales target from April 1st to September 30th, measured on October 5th. And if we reach the revenue goal and 2 hospitality goals, we're paying 5x individual bonuses for September. The revenue goal and 1 hospitality goal, we pay 3x. If the revenue goal is not met, then of course there is no bonus, and that should be no surprise now. So bonuses will be calculated on the weighted average of your monthly individual bonuses, and also bonus caps and boosts will apply to under and overachievement months. Okay. Qualified interns, up to a 5 million appreciation bonus. If we reach 3 goals, we pay 5, 2 goals, pay 2. And don't forget the bounty. Okay. All right, that's it. Let me turn it back over to Lifty. Yeah?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the presentation. And I would also like to take a moment to say hi to the guests attending today, Pak Yanto and Bu Kinzi from Beach House, Blikade from Zumera Hill Uluwatu, and Blimade from Romeo Beachfront Bungalow, which I don't think have arrived yet. Okay. Now, as we're in next part coming up, we'll have Kak Furkon and his revenue target.
Okay, thank you very much, Lutfi. So hello everyone, good morning. These pictures represent the 3 partners that actually confirming to attend the all hands today. So once again, thank you very much, Yanto, Pak Yanto from the Beach of 55 to attend, and also to Beli Kadek from Zumera Hill Uluwatu. Thank you very much for coming, and we have 1 partner to come soon, Beli Made from Romeo Beachfront Bungalow. So I would like to share very good news with all of you, because next slide please. Because for this week we actually having significant increase and also continuous increase from our last week achievement. So these are the revenue target and also hospitality target. You already know that. So let's dive in directly to the hospitality target achievements. Next slide, please. Okay, first one, to the accuracy metric. So we have an increase by 0.7% on the accuracy last week from 85.2%, now 85.9%. So good job for all the content team and journalism team to improve the accuracy. And then next we have check-in increased by 0.5% from 87.1% to 87.6%. Kudos to the content team and also the on-site team to help the check-in come smoothly. And then cleanliness increased by 0.6% last week from 81.3% and now 81.9%. Amazing improvement. Thank you very much for the housekeeping team, property managers team, and the on-site team to make sure our property is ready to host our guests. Next. And then for communication, significant increase by 1%. Last week on 85.5%, now on 86.5%. Thanks to the exception handlers team and also the Gaya team to improve the communication and also maintain the reliability. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Blikadek, is there anything that you would like to ask?
Sorry, yeah. Sorry, with the guests. Some
Oh,
guests.
I see you with the guest. Okay. Okay, thank you, Blikadek. I thought you would like to ask or clarify something. Okay. Next, moving forward. Location increased by 0.5% last week on the 72.9% and now on 73.4%. Thank you very much for the team involved, the consultant team, for expecting setting the expectation correctly for our guests, and also improving the maps or nearby locations that the guests can do during the area, during staying in the area. Next. And last one, value. An amazing increase, the biggest increase this week by 1.1%. Last week on the 80.3%, and now at 81.4%. Eventually hitting 81% target or score. So congrats to the revenue management team and all the team involved to make sure that our property is very valuable for our guests. Next. Okay, so this is the conclusion or the summary for all the metrics involved. So from April 1st to August 26th, we are actually having 83.5% 5-star rating and 4.76 overall rating. Thank you for all the team involved, and also especially for our GM to conduct the 3S amazingly. Compared to last week, we actually having a bump up on the 5-star rating by 0.9%, and overall rating by 0.01 overall rating. Okay, next slide, please. Coming next to the revenue target achievement. Okay, so yes, we are finally hitting the 2.6 million US dollar in revenue this semester, which means it takes us only around 300 and also 87 US dollar to achieve the overall revenue target achievement. So yeah, guys, we have around 1 month to achieve it. So let's move to achieve our revenue target, semester target. Okay, so that's all the reports that I can conclude. Back to Lutfi as the moderator.
Okay, thank you, Kak Furkon, for the wonderful revenue report and hospitality report. Now, we will move on to the weekly mission inspiration, where we get to hear some interesting things from our staff here at Bukit Vista. So, Kak Gray, can you please scroll? Yes, there it is. And Kak Wendy, let's hear it from Kak Wendy. Hello, Kak Wendy.
Okay. Hello, good morning, everyone. So I'll give some updates on Thinker we have done this week. So the first one is the automatic JSON Pagify functionality for the category list and user details, as you can see on the picture attached. And the second one is improving the user experience on Thinker also. Some minor adjustment requested by some users has been implemented on the Thinker also. And the last one is the newly created feature, which is drag and drop the message block, allowing user to reposition any message block to their desired location. That's all.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you, Kak Wendy. Now let's move on to the next one. Kak Krishna. Is Kak Krishna here?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Okay, thank you, Lutfi. So I want to update about TIA. On the version 1 of TIA, we are focusing on the tone delivery in English and Indonesia, also on the escalation accuracy. On the escalation accuracy, right now in the past 7 days, reached 94% accuracy, meaning TIA can now reliably identify when to escalate and when to answer independently. Number 2, on the second evaluation is tone delivery. TIA has improved on the English communication, but still quite struggling on the Indonesia. But today, TIA will receive an update to speak Bahasa Indonesia more casually. You can see in the attachment on how TIA speak on Bahasa Indonesia if you want to check on the current ability after the updates. On the limitation, we have encountered a library issue that occasionally result into false notification. So it affects reliability. We are planning to use official WhatsApp API for better reliability of TIA so that exception handler do not need to do the work in a load. For next plan, you can see on the attachment, Tia will learn about communication principle and emotion detection handling. So Tia will differentiate about handling partner with angry issues and disappointment vibes, or maybe just curious. Tia will differentiate uh, the way to approach the partner emotion. That's about the next milestone of Tia. So stay tuned for updates at next week's All Hands. Thank you. Back to Lutfi.
Okay, thank you, Kak Krishna, for the updates on Thea. Now, let's move on to the company theme, target and achievements, which will be presented by Kak Furkon. Kak Furkon, okay, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Lutfi. So let's directly move into the August target achievement because yeah, the monthly theme still the same. Okay. First off to the revenue target. Good news. We are actually not only hitting the revenue target, but I believe we are hitting all the OK target for this August. So guys, congratulations and give a big applause and clap for all of us. Okay, so first off to revenue target, the OK target is 572 thousand USD. We already achieved by 593,000 USD. Now we are aiming to hit the awesome target at 604,000 USD. And on the 5-star percentage rating, market target is 84%. We are now achieved at 84.9%, and we are aiming to hit the awesome target at 86% right now. On the overall rating, our arcade target is at 4.78, and our achievement is 4.79, and we are aiming for the awesome target at 4.8. Okay, so what are our opportunities for August? So up until this week, we managed to have 70% occupancy, 8% increase from last week, 30% expired dates, 2% maintenance still, and 5% owner usage so far. We have 11% nights available to sell to achieve the awesome target. So yeah, that is what I can inform to you. Thank you, Kayla, for supervising this report, and back to you, Lutfi.
Okay, thank you, Kak Furkon, for the report. Now, let's move on to the core value recognition, where members in Bukit Vista show their appreciation for other amazing members for their qualities and core values. Now, let's start with the first one here, with person recognized, Kak Bayu. With the left. Okay.
Yeah, that's me. I'm writing it still, actually.
Oh, how about?
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I'm ready. So actually, this is the value for inspiring delight. The other day I was stuck on a particular problem. It actually came when, let's see. You guys can open that up and show everybody, right? Nadia and Gani were working on an X banner to actually put up for one of our RTTs, right? Roundtable talks. So I looked at this and I was like, that looks terrible. It just doesn't really say anything particular about Bukit Vista. So I talked with Bayu actually about this idea of what exactly our brand represents, and we've talked about the jackpot moment. And so we changed it, and now it looks like this. And hopefully you guys will agree that that's a little bit more improved. So essentially, the idea now is that the jackpot moment is when an owner is able to fully pay off their entire property, ROI unlocked. Okay. So one, it's a lot more on brand. The previous picture was, sort of more generic. This one is definitely using the tool that we have and showing essentially the magical moment when everything is aligned. So thank you, Bayu, for brainstorming. Oftentimes, I approach Bayu to actually speak about these things. And I know he actually prefers writing than speaking. So it's very inspirational. The one thing I want to actually inspire everybody here is try to find a brainstorming partner from time to time in the company. It could be, I guess everyone could go to Bayu. I'm sure he'll be happy to speak to everyone, right? But try to find a person to test your ideas out. Oftentimes you'll find that you can get a much better idea if you have somebody to push back against it and also give you refinement, which is inspirational. All right, cool. Give it back to Luffy.
Okay, thank you, Pak Jing, for the recognition. Now, let's move on to the next one.
Okay, this is from me. This is also true. I think what Jing talk about. I often go to
Crazy.
yeah.
I didn't read yours, by the way.
I often go to Krishna and Vidi to check whether the idea is actually feasible or not, or yeah, is it actually correctly aligned with what we do or not. But recently, what I think is very inspiring delight. So I often talk to them about ideas and vision, and it's actually just magically organized into actionable milestone, and it's prioritized and delegated. And when I ask again about the idea, normally they already have this person will work on this by this date, right? So I think that is very inspire delight, and yeah, that's like a magical moment. Basically, we're talking about ideas, and next week it will be a reality. So.
Okay, thank you, Kak Bayu. We can, from the two recognitions there, we can see that how important it is to have someone to brainstorm with, or the concept of brainstorming. We get to throw out ideas in the air and see which ones lands and which one doesn't, and give feedback. It's a constructive and great process. Yeah. Now let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Lutfi. So usually when someone just transition into new team, new job, the first month going to be rough, need adaptation, going to be slow performance. But Kak Robin is a different case. Kak Robin has just transitioned to AIT and already show incredible adaptability. Not only did he bring best practices from the previous job to the current job, but he also become the most productive engineer by productivity point this month.
Wow.
So amazing for Kak Robin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Krishna. And let's move on to the. I think we have time for. Oh, there's still more. Okay.
Yeah, I just remembered. Every morning we have a strategic meeting where we collect all the information and facts about what's going on, and we try to set goals for where the company needs to go. This is a very challenging process because we're dealing with a lot of uncertainty in these meetings. We're dealing with a lot of things that are just beginning to be understood, probably by no other organization in well, definitely not in Bali, but probably even across the world in some times. Okay. So what this requires is a bit of courage to push through the parts that you don't know, to try to anticipate what can happen. So I really actually want to recognize Marcel for having essentially this leaning forward attitude. Like whatever it is, we're just going to go and do it and grow. And that's his core belief, right? And I think that's really, really inspirational because it's a growth mindset actually, and it's biased to action. So thank you, Marcel, for driving that energy and focus towards leaning into the future. Okay.
Thank you, Pak Jing, for the recognition. And let's move on to the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Lutfi. Morning, everyone. So I like to recognize Nadia for fail fast and inspire delight. So Nadia has been on the way, transformed into effective manager without reduce the quality of aesthetic work. So I still see some of her works on the website, improving the header and then creates the design, but also in the same way, she's able to manage the content team to be able to following the onboarding process, like onboard 3 and 4 properties in a week without missing any single timeline. So it is a good work to Nadia. Yeah, kudos to you.
Thank you, Kak Gunung, and kudos to Kak Nadia. Now, let's move on to the personal updates. We rarely get to do this because we always run out of time. So let's do it. So the question of the week today is recommend us one or few books that one should read at least once in their lifetime. Please be ready for your turn and 30 seconds to read the updates. Now, the first one goes to Kak Selin. Hello, Kak Selin.
Oh, okay, thank you, Lutfi. So for me, I would recommend two. First one is The Little Prince, and the second one is 1984. So both are pretty distinct, yeah, for the recommendation. But yeah, you should read them at least once. Thank you.
Okay, next one to Kak Furkon.
Okay, thank you, Lutfi. So my recommendation would be Ayahku Bukan Pembohong. It is actually a fiction novel by Terelia, but the outcome or the fruit that I can get from this book is out of the world. So yeah, you should read it. Thank you. Back to Lutfi.
I believe Lutfi might be lagging.
Am I back?
Okay.
Hello. Okay.
Yep. Okay, you're back.
Okay. The next one, Pak Jing.
Sure. I'm gonna say Drucker's book on management. Yeah, that's it. Drucker's book on management. I was gonna elaborate, but I want to get through everybody. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you. And let's go to Kak Krishna.
Okay, the title would be Love or Imperfect Things, How to Accept Yourself in a World Striving for Perfection. It's basically making you not too harsh to yourself. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to Kak Ardi.
Okay, there's a three book from me. The first is The Book of Five Rings. The second one is The Art of War from Sun Tzu. The third is Reason to Stay Alive. Okay,
wow.
thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kak Ardi. And let's go to Kak Titan. Hello, Kak Titan. Is he here? Now, okay, let's skip it for now. Since Kak Titan doesn't seem to be here, let's go to Kak. Oh, it's me. It's me. Okay, let's go to Kak Lutfi. So I would like to recommend Cal Newport Deep Work. It gives you an idea and at least try how to do deep work for a moment to be locked in, no distraction and no anything, and just work in front of you and see how that goes for you. So yeah, that's my recommendation. And then next to Kak Bayu.
There are two books. I think the most inspirational for me. The first one is The Cash Flow Quadrant, Robert Kiyosaki. So this is basically the mindset about where you are in the leadership chain. Are you executor or leader, and that kind of thing, right? So please read it if you want to understand or basically how to become a better position yourself, basically. And also the second one is Supernova. This is a fiction, and this is very good for triggering, and this is triggering my imagination at that time, like 10 years ago. That's it. Back to you, Lutfi.
Okay, thank you, Kak Bayu. Now let's go back up to Kak Titan, which has just went back. Hello, Kak Titan.
Yeah. Hello, Mas Albi. Sorry
Hello.
for the response here. But I'm sorry, my camera is off because something's trouble in here.
No worries.
Yes. There is one book recommendation from me. The title is Rules of Life in Islam by Taqiyuddin Anabani. In this book, you will learn how to understand what for you are in life. Yeah. Then you will learn how to answer the big question in your life, and you can find the goals in this life. Like that, Mas Lutfi. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's wonderful, Kak Titan. Let's go next to Kak Wendy.
Looks like that's the water wheel. For me,
Right, for
there's
here?
one book called The Fight. So this book is simply a Christian book. It's talking about faith, how you overcome your struggle, your feeling of afraid or something like your belief. But overall, this book for me quite insightful as a Christian. So if you're Christian, I would recommend you this book.
Okay, thank you, Kak Wendy, for the recommendation. Let's move on to Kak Vidi.
Yeah, for me, it's 100 Years of Solitude by
Oh,
Gabriel
wow.
Garcia Marquez.
Thank you, Kak. Thank you, Kak Vidi. I think I like a bit there. Sorry. And now let's move on to Miss Wayan, Bu Wayana.
Bingung ya. Okay, from me, I think I don't. I just read a couple book, but I think the most memorable in my head is like I read this book. First They Kill My Father is about like Cambodian girls, but I think they make a movie. It's very sad, but what I take away from it is that like it was life was so hard back then. I'm grateful that I live in in this period. Actually, be grateful. That's it.
Thank you, Bu Wayana, for that book. And let's move on. I will read the one from Kak Hafiz for him. Kak Hafiz recommended Tarian Bumi by Oka Rusmini, Bali, Pariwisata Budaya, dan Budaya Pariwisata by Michelle Baker. Okay, let's move on to the next one. To Kak Gunung.
Okay, I don't read books, but I prefer magazines.
Okay, thanks for the magazine recommendation.
Eternal
Nice.
hipster. Yeah.
Now, next to Kak Sri, I will read for her. He recommends The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down. Why Nobody Has Told Me This Before. And Hidup Damai Tanpa Berpikir Berlebihan. So let's move on to Kak Agus.
Okay, so actually I recommend another one. There is the Witcher books, the series from the Witcher, and those books from our elementary school. It's collection of basic knowledge. I think that's all. Thank you.
The next one is hilarious. Ponder, your
Okay.
choice of books is amazing. The contrast.
Okay, thank you, Kak Agus. Those are physical books there. We actually have them. Let's move on to Kak Pandu.
Okay, what I recommend is The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel and also the Holy Book of Quran. So yeah.
Muslim capitalist. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Thank you for the recommendations. Now let's move on to Kak Nadia.
Okay, morning everyone. So my favorite book is The Little Prince. So yeah, I have some version actually. The English, Spanish, French. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Kak Nadia. Now let's move on to Kak Rehan.
Okay, thank you, Kak Lutfi. So I don't really read books, but one memorable books that I remember that started by, but I still not complete that book. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Rehan. So I believe because Lutfi internet is a bit unstable, so I will take over as the host. So yep, let's continue. So next to operation team, first to Sarah.
Okay, thank you Kak Gray. So my answer would be Ayah by Andrea Hirata. I don't know. This book is just it kind of stuck with me, like in the back of my mind for some reason. Even from like high school, for some reason, I still want to like buy it even until this day. But it's not particularly like I would recommend like anyone like has to read this book. But it's just like my personal favorite, I guess. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Never really heard of it, but I will make sure to take notes. So, yep. Oh, next one is me, apparently. I'm not that big of a heavy book reader, so I will pick classics, fairy tales. Now that I look back at it, the fairy tale is quite dark if you read it kind of now, and it's quite heavy actually. So, yep, it's Grimm's, the Grimm's brother fairy tale, and Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. It's all very good, and usually you can take a lot of intisari from the story itself. So, yep. And then next one to David.
Yeah, from me, Flying High from Tony Fernandez. It's tell the story of Tony's success in building Air Asia. Thank you.
Oh, nice, nice. Air Asia. Okay. Next to Marcel.
Oh yeah, you guys should read this one book, No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. It tells the story of a troubled man, incapable of revealing his true self to others, and who instead maintains a facade hollow jewelry, later turning to a life of alcoholism and drug abuse before his final disappearance. But this book is actually a suicide note, as the author itself committed to suicide 1 month before it was published. So it is a very fascinating book. A double suicide with his wife.
Nice. Dark.
Yeah, very great book.
Nice. Thank you, Marcel. So, yep, it is quite a trigger warning, yeah. So, if people want to read that, so it's a bit of a trigger. So, next to Kak Tendi.
Yeah, from me is a hospitality book. Like one of them is The Art of Hospitality. Okay,
Nice, nice. Yes, Kak Tendi really embodies hospitality, yeah. Even the book is hospitality. Okay, next to Della.
Okay, so this is two books. The first one is novels. So this is Laut Bercerita, and the next one is from Pramudia Anantaligor. So this is Perawan Remaja dalam Cengkraman Militer. Those two books are historical based. So yeah, just grateful so that we'll live in this era and not Orba. Blah. Okay, that's it.
Yep. Thank you, Della. Yes, I believe Laut Bercerita is quite viral lately. Haven't read it yet, but yep. We'll take notes.
Thank
Okay,
you.
next.
For those two books are from Erica's.
Oh, nice, nice. Yes, I believe Erika is an avid book reader. Yeah, I think it's quite known in the BV. So, yep. Thank you, Della. Next to Kyla, I believe she has some few recommendations.
Yeah, these are self-helps, mom's diary, story of love, reflection, and hope. It's like the point of view of the father once the mother like passed away or something. Trust yourself and the things you can see only when you slow down.
Oh, okay, nice. Yes, I believe the things you can see only when you slow down. It's also quite famous. I believe I've seen it a lot in Gramedia, yeah, in the bestseller. Yep. Thank you, Kyla. And then next to Bella.
Okay, thank you, Kak Gray. From me is Franklin the Turtle. When I was kid actually. Thank you, Kak Gray.
Thank you, Bella. We have same idea, yeah. So we kind of bring children's book as a recommendation. Yep. Next. Okay, a bit. Radit, yeah.
That's the best part.
Amazing. Radit, amazing. Okay, give introduction of what is this book, Radit.
This is BV Guidebook Property Inspection. Great. So that's why we have to following our guidebook property inspection to setting this standard, our standard. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Absolutely. Amazing.
Thank you, Radit. I believe Radit is the author, yeah, perhaps. So he promote his book. So yes. Okay, guys, I believe if you want to purchase this book, you can go directly to Radit or any community, yeah, any community team. Okay. Yep, I believe that's all the updates. I think there are some people that hasn't filled in their personal updates or haven't added a column yet. So you can after this, and then can do asynchronous sync up for all your updates. Let's move on to the announcement. Let's see. Okay, there is no announcement. So yes, I believe we are quite on time. 3 minutes early to our all hands meeting. So yes, that is all for today, all hands. I want to say first of all, thank you so much to all of the partner that has attend this meeting. I hope it is fun and it is. Oh yes, Pak Yanto, ada yang mau disampaikan mungkin?
Maybe next time because I need to attend the other meeting. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay,
thank you.
no worries.
It's quite exciting. Happy to see your energy, spirit, and here. I hope you all in the good health. Yeah, in game. Thank you, Ayana. So far, if I need something, I will talk to in the group. Yeah, to help me in the operational part. I think. But maybe I need to because I need to rush to go another meeting. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Yanto.
Okay. Thank you ya
Yeah.
semua.
Yep. And also thank you to Bli Kadek ya for attending this meeting. So yep, and thank you for everyone, all of our BV staff that has attend this meeting and put some interesting books that has to be written, especially from Radit. Yeah, I still really fascinated by that book. Yep, and congrats to everyone for achieving all the target. Keep it for now because we are still not in the end of the month yet. So let's keep up the good spirit to achieve the semester target.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Gray. Thank you very
That's
much,
all.
Lucy.
Thank you, everyone. Keep up the good spirit for the rest of the day.
Have a good day, everyone.
Have a good day.
Great week.
Thank you, everyone.